What's up, everybody? So my fuckboy is really more of like a 3-year committed relationship. So let's get into it, okay? Before I jump in, I'm in my 30s now, but this relationship happened when I was in my 20s, and they don't tell you this when you turn 30. You're kind of like struck by this feeling, this like, I have to give advice to people in their 20s, okay? And my advice to people in their 20s would be, do not move in with a significant other, okay? It is a trauma response, all right? I did it. I moved in with my ex. He was just a guy. Sorry, not a guy. An improv coach. 14 years older than me. Yes, and I regret it, okay? Have you or a loved one been affected by improv comedy? You may be entitled to compensation. So this coach, he was hot in an ugly way. Does that make sense? I met him as his student, okay, hot, in an improv class that he ran. And over the course of 2 years, I invested a ton of money, time, energy into these improv classes. Eventually, he opened a theater and he put me on a team. And my team did his signature form, which if you know improv, that's kind of a big deal. And if you don't know improv, it's actually meaningless, and that's also true, okay? Now this is true about me, okay? I've only ever been on 2 Hinge dates ever in my life. I never did Tinder or dating apps because I always preferred to meet people from my community or my close inner circle. That's because my love language is making it weird, all right? So about a year into this theater being open, I start catching feelings for this coach. It was a mentor-mentee relationship with a 14-year age gap. He validated me by making me feel funny, and I validated him by being 14 years younger than him. And it turns out I'm not the first student that he dated. There were at least 3 others in New York, all roughly the same age as me. We started dating, okay, and then a couple weeks into our relationship, he disclosed information to me about another girl that he had dated from the theater. Now, I'm the type of person who would prefer to know nothing about your dating history, right? I want to feel like the only woman you've ever met, okay? With the smallest crumb of information, I can and will track her down, right? The kids that played Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego were training for What in the World is her Instagram, okay? So the other people involved, of course, were, she was my age, roughly, cute and talented. Okay, he has a type. And here's the thing, at the time, I had no reason to question the validity of this story, but it did kind of strike me as odd, we've been dating for a month, why are you telling me this? And it turns out that people at the theater were starting to raise eyebrows at what was emerging to be a pattern of behavior. Okay, so this brings me to a little segment. It's a little game I want to play as part of my set, and it's a game show called Why's That Age Gap Weird? The game where we unpack why that age gap is weird. Okay, so you may or may not know this formula. Oh, someone goes, I know that formula. I know what that is. Say what it is.
Okay, so it's your age divided by 2 plus 7. So you're the older person.
Mm-hmm.
The older person's age divided by 2 plus 7 is the minimum you can go.
Yes, it's the lowest possible age.
She's right. She's right about
correct.
that. Yeah, I was going to say it too.
You'll get a prize, okay? So this is the lowest, this is a formula to work out the lowest acceptable age of the person that you can date. Me and my ex, we barely scrape by. Leonardo DiCaprio has never seen this in his life. Right? So I'm going to get into some questions, all right? So in your age gap relationship, what do you even talk about? Is it A, movies, B, mutual friends, or C, the current political climate? Kyle?
Oh, wait, is this specifically for your 14-year-old? Or 14-year-old? Yeah, this is for your 14-year-old. Sorry, my mind wandered. I'm sorry. This is a specific...
Hey, Kyle, I hear you like I'm young.
No! What the fuck? Why did I agree to be on this show? Yeah, well, I think I know what it is and what it ought to be, I guess, if you have to do it. The
Movies.
Movies?
You should.
Oh, it was actually a trick question. You don't talk, he does. Next question. What do your friends and family truly think of your age gap relationship? A, they're happy for you. You can do what you want. You both are technically adults. B, cautiously optimistic. Or C, completely and utterly disgusted. Jordan, what do you think?
I'm gonna say B.
Cautiously optimistic. Ooh,
Sure.
It was also a trick question. You don't know because they never tell you to your face. And this last one is a fill in the blank. You know the age gap is too big when? Peter, what do you think?
You have to ask, is this age gap too big?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. My answer was if he has probably masturbated before you were born, that age gap is too big. So we're gonna go into a couple red flags as is tradition. The first red flag is that he actually kissed me on stage before we were ever even dating. Yes and equals consent, question mark. He also told me he loved me before we even started dating. And lastly, he moved into my place 4 months into our relationship without even asking.
I think that flag is on fire.
But that one I can't be too mad at because the rent is too damn high, am I right? One night, deep into our relationship, we were laying in bed and he goes, I have an idea. And I was like, what? And he goes, what if we did a theater-wide weight loss challenge? I was like, hey, what the fuck does that have to do with improv? Literally nothing. His patterns of dating younger students eventually did get him Me Too'd. And the theater shut down, and then I, for some inexplicable reason, stayed with him for 2 years after that. So fuckboys, what's all this then? That's my one question for you.
First of all, I want to say, I know you didn't say this guy's name, but your ex-boyfriend is obviously Diddy. So
Yeah.
You lost me at improv, coach.
I know, I know.
But can you describe his penis?
Sure. Pretty healthy hog. Yeah. Italian.
So yeah, we're
Italian
rooting for him.
sausage.
Yeah, okay, I like this guy.
You would.
Actually, I feel like I might have known that guy.
Yeah, you definitely
Holy
probably
shit!
did.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's I
Mhm.
remember that. Wow.
Mhm.
Sorry. I'm rooting against him, but I'm still absorbing.
Yes, yeah. You're like, I know I knew you from somewhere. I hope this doesn't affect our friendship, Kyle.
Fuckboys, what's your diagnosis?
Yeah, boo of that. Yeah.
lock this nigga up, put him in jail.